ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. శుద్ధస్ఫటికసంకాశం శుద్ధవిద్యాప్రదాయకం శుద్ధం పూర్ణం చిదానందం సదాశివమహం శ్రయే. శంఖారూపేణ మచ్చిత్తం పంకీకృతమభూద్యయా కిం కరీయస్య సామాయా శంకరాచార్యమాశ్రయే. సదాశివసమారంభాం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమాం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతాం వందే గురుపరంపరాం. భారతీకరుణాపాత్రం భారతీపదభూషణం భారతీపదమారూఢం భారతీతీర్థమాశ్రయే. విద్యావినయసంపన్నం వీతరాగం వివేకినం వందే వేదాంతతత్త్వజ్ఞం విధుశేఖరభారతీం. మాలాసుధాకుంభవిబోధముద్రా విద్యావిరాజత్కరవారిజాతాం అపారకారుణ్యసుధాంబురాశిం శ్రీశారదాంబాం ప్రణతోస్మి నిత్యం. ఓం. We saw the primary and one and only purpose of our Shastram is helping the human beings to achieve Chaturvida Purushārtha, fourfold goals. Dharma, Artha and Kama Purushārtha, that is prayers, and ultimate primary goal of a human being is moksha purushārtha, which is called shreyas. So our shastram, the main purpose of our shastram, scriptural literature, is to enable human beings to achieve these fourfold goals. And also our scriptures provide necessary infrastructure. They prescribe the necessary conditions and facilities so that it is easy for human beings to achieve these fourfold goals. Scriptures are very compassionate enough to understand that human beings require both materialistic goals as well as spiritual goal, prayers and shreyas. Accordingly, the infrastructure is designed. Now, the infrastructure prescribed by the scriptures is called Varna Āshrama Vyavasthā. Both individuals as well as society's well-being interests are fully taken care of by our scriptures. Mere material success is absolutely worthless. There should be a healthy balance between materialistic pursuit and spiritual goal. Therefore, our scriptures, primary source of knowledge, Vedam, Veda Purva Bhaga, helps us how to achieve the materialistic pursuit, Dharma, Artha, Kama Purushārtha. And Vedanta Bhaga helps us to get the spiritual pursuit, Jnana Kanta, spiritual goal. So both should be complementary to each other, and we should not forget the fact that the ultimate and the primary goal of a human being is moksha purushārtha, freedom from bondage. That is the ultimate goal. Now, the scheme which takes care of the society's growth, well-being, integration, harmony is Varna Vyavasthā, and that scheme which takes care of individuals' prosperity, harmony, growth is called Āshrama Vyavasthā. First we will take up Varna scheme, that is for the society. Entire society of humanity is classified into 4 groups: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Each group serves as an organ of the body. Each group serves as an organ of the entire society, and if we take the society as a whole body, each varna is considered as organ. Therefore, all 4 organs are important and required for the whole society. Now, what are the norms or basis or standpoint from which these 4 groups are classified? There are 3 standpoints, that is 3 norms generally. One is guna-based segregation. That is, guna is what? Swabhavam. In English, it is character, trait, aptitude, your innate nature. personality. Can we say that? The other is based on karma or profession. And the last one is based on your birth, jananam, jati. Now we will see all the four groups, how they can be classified into these three standpoints. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. First we will take up Guna. Guna Brahmana. What are the characteristics? What are the Swabhava of this Brahmana? Here, Sattva Guna Pradhana. This person will be a Sattva Guna Pradhana person. The person who loves spiritual pursuit, who loves withdrawal, solitude, silence, contemplation. He is very much interested in pursuit of self-knowledge. And for this person, sannyasa appeals more. Whereas for the other three groups of people, solitude is a terrible loneliness for them. It's dreadful and it is depressing for them. They cannot even think of solitude, the other three groups. So this is the guna, swabhava of the Brahmana. Persons with this guna, with this character, will be guna Brahmana. If you see guna Kshatriya, he will be a dynamic personality as opposed to guna Brahmana. He loves activity. Shuddha Rajoguna Pradhana person. Highly motivating, but selfless. He is very, very selfless. He is interested in serving, uplifting, and helping the society at large. He will not be interested in earning, acquiring wealth for himself or for his family. Therefore, a selflessly motivating person, motivating mind is Kshatriya's Swabhava. People with this type of character will be Guna Kshatriya. Then Guna Vaishya is almost similar to Guna Kshatriya, but the primary difference is all this activity will be self-centric. This person also will be highly motivated. He wants to work with people, highly outgoing, extroverted person, highly energetic. But all of them will be self-centric. He knows only himself and his family at the most. Nothing for society. This is Guna Vaishya. Guna Shudra, personality is Tamo Guna Pradhana. Vaishya, Guna Vaishya is Asuddha Raja Pradhana. Now Guna Shudra is Tamo Guna Pradhana. This personality is very lethargic, very passive. He is not at all interested. There is no motivation for material growth, leave alone for spiritual growth. His main objective is to work, to earn money, eat, serving the people. And he wants to take rest. That's it. He doesn't want to go to the next level of thinking. He doesn't have any discrimination power also. This is Guna Shudra. So the people with this character, this Swabhavam, will be Guna Shudra. Now the second basis is based on karma or profession. These four groups, how can we view them from the standpoint of karma or profession? Brahmana karma is a life dedicated to scriptural learning and teaching. They will be scriptural teachers, consultants, and they act as psychiatrists also sometimes, because society needs some psychological help. So these people can help them. Life confined and conformed only to religious and spiritual life. So pursuit. So this is a Brahmana karma. People who take up this karma will be karma Brahmana. Now Kshatriya, all forms of public service, because they are selflessly motivated, they want to work for the upliftment of the society. All public service will be attributed to Kshatriya. Administration, conservation of the whole society, the country's borders, integrity of the country, so serving the nation in army, navy, etc., and taking up the position of administration, like for example MLA, MP, chief ministers, because previously this profession was handled by kings, Raja and his ministers. Now it is because democracy has come in, so it is taken care of by parliament and other societies, so other activities. So those people who take up this profession will be karma kshatriya. Now Vaisyas, all forms of business, trade, manufacturing, supply chain, etc., all of them will be taken care of by Vaisyas. So this is karma, this is profession. Those people who take up this profession will be karma Vaisyas. Shudra, all forms of labor, semi-skilled, unskilled labor, and they would like to work for the first three groups, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So this is how we can divide the society from the standpoint of karma, profession. And the Janma, it is very simple. A Brahmana is born to a Brahmana family, will be Brahmana parents, will be Jati Brahmana. Similarly, Jati Kshatriya, born to a Kshatriya parents, born to Vaishya parents will be Jati Vaishya, Jati Shudra, like that. Now, is there a gradation, Taratamyam, in the Varnas? Based on Jati, based on birth, there is no gradation. Based on profession or karma, all are important, all are required for society, therefore there is no gradation. But based on the character and guna, if you see, yes, there is a gradation. Guna Brahmana is considered closer to God because of his character, and others will be in the lesser order of priority. So Guna Brahmana is ultimate, then Guna Kshatriya, Guna Vaishya, and Guna Shudra, in that order. Now a person, this is not a watertight compartment for one person to belong to this group and he cannot have any other character like that. No, it is just floating. Like for example, a person can have three standpoints. That is, a person may be born as a Brahmana. That is, he is born to Brahmin parents. By Jati, he is Brahmana Jati. Supposing he is interested, he wants to take up the profession of a Kshatriya and he joins military, for example, army. He serves in the army. He will be Karma Kshatriya. But supposing he has acquired personal wealth, unamassed wealth, much more, disproportionate to his income by illegal means, then he will be Guna Vaishya. By character, he will be Vaishya. Therefore, a person born as a Brahmin, working as a Kshatriya, but having character of a Vaishya, it is possible. It is also possible for a person to be born in Brahmin family, Brahmin parents, Jati Brahmana, and he follows Brahmana karma, that is, he learns, teaches scriptural literature. He is not very interested in amassing wealth. He just wants to take care of his family. To that extent, he earns. And he also has, character wise, he also has guna, that is Brahmana guna. Then this is the best thing one can have. So a person who is born as a Brahmin, it is easy for him to develop the attitude of Brahmana. To become a Guna Brahmana, it is much easier compared to other groups of people, because they have to fight against the tide, because their nature will be different, their karma will be different. So in order to get to that Guna Brahmana status, it is much more difficult for other groups of people. It is relatively easy for a Brahmana person to go to continue in Guna Brahmana character. But here also one should be very, very careful, because at any point of time the Maya Shakti can drag this person into materialistic way of life and he can also fall. So it is cannot be taken for granted. People have to be very careful all the time. Now one should try to become a Guna Brahmana. Now, a person, whatever be his janma, whatever parentage he has, whatever karma or the profession one takes up, all of us should strive to become a Guna Brahmana. We have a choice. We have a choice for becoming a Guna Brahmana. We have a choice to choose our profession. How to choose the profession? Based on my heredity. If I am born to a Brahmana family, Brahmana parents, it is easy for me to learn Veda and teach Veda also in future. For others, it is very big struggle, as we told. And also, we can choose based on my guna. That is my swabhavam. Is like, Kshatriya. Then I have to go to some law profession, or I have to take up some army professions like that. So we can have a choice in karma and guna. Whatever it is, one should strive to become Guna Brahmana at the end of the day. Because there is choice, it is called Varna. Vriyate iti Varna. There is a choice. Now, we saw Varna scheme. Now we will see Ashrama scheme. Āshrama Vyavasthā. That is, this is for individual's growth, harmony and integrity. Ultimate goal of Shastram is a person should have the fourth goal, that is Moksha Purushārtham. He has to achieve Moksha Purushārtham before he dies. This is the objective of the scriptures. So that is why this infrastructure is also very favorable. It is a roadmap. So an individual's life is a spiritual journey. It has 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grihastha Ashrama, Vanaprastha Ashrama and Sannyasa Ashrama. Ashrama is different stages of life in which a person practices different spiritual sadhana in different proportions. In all ashramas, in all stages of life, one practices spiritual sadhana without this person knowing. That is it. Because the ultimate goal of Shastram is Moksha Purushārtha. Other 3 goals, Dharma, Artha, Kama, are temporary or seeming goal, apparent goals. It may be required in the initial stages of life, but ultimate primary goal is Moksha Purushārtha. First stage of life is Brahmacharya Ashrama, dedicated to learning. This is student's stage of life. Life committed to education. Now, what is education? Nowadays, education means learning certain professional skills with the primary objective of earning money. It is primary, but for most of us, it is the only objective. But our scriptures prescribe different things. Learning professional skill and earning livelihood is important. It is recognized by our scriptures, but it is only secondary. The primary purpose of education is to transform an unrefined person to a refined person. This is the fundamental objective of education. Transformation of a person, character building of a person is the objective. Manusmriti says every person will have biological parents. They are the first set of parents. We are born to our biological parents, so that is the first birth. So they are the first set of parents. And then he reaches the age of 7 or 8 years. Until that stage, he can be free with his parents and all those. He will be, that character of that particular person will be unrefined. This unrefined person should be converted to a refined person. Therefore, the parents, the biological parents, take this small boy to a guru, Acharya, who uses Gayatri Devi and gives Shastra Jnanam to this person. That is scriptural studies. He becomes a Dvijaha, that is twice born or born twice. Acharya or a guru is his father, and Saraswati Devi, Gayatri Mata is his mother. So this is the second set of parents. The scriptural education under the guidance of a guru will help convert an unrefined person to a refined person. This educated person will harmoniously integrate with the society, contributing to both individuals as well as for the society's growth, harmony. So this is the purpose of education. There is no contradiction, there is no clash of the character. So he will easily slip in, he will easily integrate himself into individual's growth as well as society's growth. Therefore, current day's education must include scriptural studies also, along with professional skills. In the current day's scenario also, whatever be the method of learning, we all will send our children to school, colleges and all to learn professional skills, it is fine. But along with that, we should help our children to learn scriptural literature also. Three basic minimum things one should keep in their mind. The ultimate goal is Moksha Purushārtha. And second thing is Ishvara Bhakti. That is importance of worship. Very important. It has to be taught to our children from the early days itself. And values, dharmic values, very, very important. These three should always be ingrained in the minds of our children, so that they will become a complete person when they complete their education also. When they go out of the college, it will become very easy for them to integrate with the society. So that is the purpose of education. Now second stage of life is Grihastha-ashrama. Grihastha-ashrama is married life, family life. It is primarily a religious institution. We have to keep in mind, married life is sanctified by religious ceremony, religious process. It is meant primarily for religious purposes only. Material success, material goals are incidental byproducts, but the main purpose is religious life. If material goals, that is for security, entertainment, comfort, luxury, etc., if only we consider these things as the primary purpose of married life, which is common in Western society, because they know only two Purushārtha, that is Artha and Kama. They don't go beyond that. Even Dharma is out of their dictionary, and like Moksha Purushārtham is not there at all. So unfortunately, we also ape the Western world. We also slowly become materialistic, and this Western society's culture also is more prevalent nowadays in our societies, which is very unfortunate. If this prevails, then what happens is there will be more unstable families, and the very relevance of married life is being questioned in many societies. Therefore, the religious functions, religious pujas, religious rituals unite the family, because everyone is given a particular role and a responsibility. Therefore, there will be a unified teamwork. Togetherness will be there in any religious function. Therefore, the religious life is the primary purpose of Grihastha-ashrama Dharma. Family bondage is a sacred one, tied by God Himself, and therefore only God has the right to untie this bond also. He only has the right to remove the bond. Only in a stable family, important virtues like adjusting with other people and kshama, which is tolerance, give and take, all these things are possible for children to learn. Otherwise, they will be very, very individual centric, they will be very selfish and they will not know how to integrate with society at all. So this is the main purpose of Grihastha-ashrama Vyavasthā. Third stage of life is Vanaprastha. This is the training ground for taking up sannyasa ashrama. Because sannyasa ashrama is an ashrama where one renounces 100%. Everything is renounced. It is not very easy at all. In fact, it is highly difficult even to think about that stage of life. Okay, even if we are not very keen on taking up ashrama sannyasa, at least mentally we must be ready to renounce many things in life. So it is not from our karma kanda life, from our energetic extroverted life, acquiring wealth, taking care of family and etc. Suddenly if one asks to renounce everything, it becomes very difficult. Therefore Vanaprastha ashrama can be used as a training ground for gradual withdrawal. We can practice the gradual withdrawal. Because we will become old. Once we become 55, 60, our body becomes slightly weak. Our mind will be active. So both should integrate. So the mind should understand that body cannot be so active like it was when I was 40 or 30 years of age. Therefore, slowly it has to take some time. Therefore, physical body becomes slower. Mind also should go along with the body so that there is no strain or stress. In those days, married couple, after completing their responsibility of getting their children married off, they take up to Vanaprastha. That is, they go to a secluded place. This is the ashrama in which seclusion is practiced. So they go to secluded place, that is forest. Those were the days. But we need not worry about that. We need not go to any forest, because in many families, children leave the parents for higher studies, or for after getting married they go, etc., or for their job they go out of the country or to a different place within India itself. So the parents are left alone. Therefore, whether we go to a forest or whether we stay back in the city wherever we live, either with the children or without children, we can use this retired life for learning more Vedanta. We will have more time. Therefore, this time should be usefully spent on reading scriptural literature, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, etc. So this is the preparation ground for a serious Jnana Yoga Pradhana life. This is Vanaprastha ashrama, wherein the karma will be very less. We can reduce our ritualistic karma, but at the same time we should give more time for Vedantic studies pradhana. Fourth stage of life is sannyasa ashrama. As I told, ashrama sannyasa, let us not discuss about it because it is very difficult. It is not for us, so we will accept that. But all of us should try to become mentally, at least mentally, we should become a sannyasi. Renouncing everything is very difficult, and primarily renouncing ego and renouncing self-ignorance, detachment from everything, and to have Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. This mental sannyasa can be made use of. Therefore, let us forget about ashrama sannyasa. So, are we mentally ready? Like what? Can we reduce port? That is, P stands for possession. Can we reduce our possession? O stands for obligatory duties. Can we reduce our obligations? That is, I have a lot of duties towards my children, to my grandchildren, etc. This mental attitude, can we reduce that? Can we reduce the relations? At least, can we think about not acquiring new relation, new friendship and all those? And can we reduce materialistic transactions? That is, I go to bank or I go transfer money, internet banking and all those. Can we reduce all this to a large extent? This itself is good. So port reduction is one way of reducing my active life. Active in the sense like extroverted activities to inward. So we have to turn our mind inward so that the mind becomes free to absorb the teaching of Vedanta. Whether one goes through all 4 stages or any stage, any 1 or 2 stage physically, but one should mentally go through all 4 stages. This is very essential. This is about infrastructure, Varna Āshrama scheme. Ultimately, our Shastrams help us to achieve all the 4-fold human goals, primarily Moksha Purushārtha. So this is the scheme. By following this roadmap, it is easy for us to attain moksham in this Janma itself. I will conclude this session with this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.